Alright my people, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to Leicester City Career Mode. This is the 109th episode you guys will be watching here today. I think it's 109th episode. We got a few games for you today, starting off against Swansea City. Jovetic forcing the save out of Northville. And you see, we had a little bit of a shaky, not really a shaky episode in the last one, but combined all together since the start of the season, we haven't started as well as we previously have, or as well as we like. We've had a slow start. We're lying in 5th place. 7 points off of top place Manchester United, so we're trying to have a good start. And you see right here, Jeffrey Schlupp gets us off to an attacking start. Obviously Jovetic forcing a save. Jeffrey Schlupp couldn't force a save out of the keeper this time, but we get a corner 16 minutes in. Heung-min Son's going to whip it in. Plenty of players in the box. It finds a header of Fabian Schär, the captain, and he heads it into the back of the net. And that goal felt good to me because you know what? I feel like Schär doesn't score enough headers. I feel like he don't score as much as he should, because his stats for it are just amazing. His jumping is incredible. He's got like 95 heading accuracy, and he's got the aerial threat speciality. So and he's a decent height. So I feel like he should be scoring a lot more goals than he should from corners. So I try and aim for him quite a bit. Holtby this time creating. He's fine James. He skips around his man, saved by the keeper, but it falls more or less straight back to James Rodriguez, and he smashes it in off the crossbar in the end. I'm not sure if he tried to get that close to the bar, but in the end it goes into the back of the net, so that's all that really matters. Quite a bit of space for James out here on the right, but I guess that's what happens when there are so many players to worry about. Like, you can't stick tight and double up on every player on the field, so someone's going to be left open. This time Lamella's got the ball. He finds James Rodriguez, again cuts onto his right foot and left foot in off the post. He finds the back of the net, and it's 3-0 just after half time, so it's a brilliant start to Leicester City. Trying to do better than we done in the last episode. Like, we're trying to get out here, dominate some teams. We've been struggling to score a few goals this season. A few 0-0s, a few just games ended where we haven't scored at all. So we're trying to get out here, score some goals. We've got the players to do it. James Rodriguez, again, the defender obviously didn't learn from the last goal where he cut onto his right foot and tried to get it into the back of the net. This time it did work, first time of asking. We get another attack now, 53 minutes in. Holtby finds Jovetic. He turns, skips around his man, gets inside the box, right foot, Stevan Jovetic, the king. The King. That's the new nickname. The King. He is the king of Leicester City. My first career mode legend. Bear in mind, this is my first career mode on YouTube. So he's my first career mode legend. And that right there shows how much he is doing. Jovetic, with that goal, has overtaken Leicester legend Derek Hines as their 4th all-time goal scorer with 119 goals. He has now, just banging them in since he signed. Jovetic this time finds Heung-min Son on his left foot, and the goals are just flooding in. 5-0 in only 60 minutes played. It's just we're just tearing them apart. This Holtby finds Jovetic, and Son's just got all the space in the world, and the pace is enough. And that's the 5-star weak foot you can see right there. That's a unbelievable finish from a tight angle. I did not even expect that to go in when I shot, to be honest, but we found the back of the net and I was happy with that. Gibbons forced to make his first save of the game to deny Bazawa, and that was all she wrote. 90 minutes gone and it was a 5-0 win. Very confident. Jovetic, after breaking a record, gets himself a man of the match award with a goal and an assist for the Heung-min Son goal. So good start to the episode. Hopefully we can keep it going, get some results, climb up the table, and again, back into training. Training's going well. Fraser Hall goes up to a 73 overall. Bosu still doing well in training, still trying to get him as good as possible. We got a Champions League game this time. It's against Inter Milan, probably the most dangerous team in our group, but I still feel like we're a lot better than them, so they shouldn't cause us too many problems. James Rodriguez starting very brightly. This time he finds Callejon and he's denied. But James Rodriguez, first of all, getting a chance for himself. Second of all, skipping around a few players, finding Callejon, and he's denied by the keeper. This time it's Pogba. He's got a player to his left, but he's got all the space in the world inside the box, and he's denied by the keeper as Handanovic comes out, rushes him, and just gets a toe on the shot, I guess. This time Pogba denied by the defender. He slides it into Callejon in the end, and his shot is just dragged wide at the post. So we've created a few chances in the first half. Inter Milan have had nothing in this first half. It's just been all us putting pressure on them. I mean, hopefully in the second half we could create. Arnautovic skips inside. He's got Pogba right in front of him, but he goes by himself, and Arnautovic is taken down inside the box. Referee points straight to the penalty spot, and obviously with Jovetic on the field, you expect this to end up in the back of the net, but we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait. Will Jovetic dispatch this penalty? He steps up against Handanovic. Of course he will. It's another brilliant penalty from the Montenegrin, the King. Another brilliant one from the King. I mean, that's who he is, I guess. He's the king. It's beautiful. We've seen him just dispatch with so many penalties, just right into the top bins. Didn't even need to show that one on the replay, but he gets his second goal at the Champions League competition, obviously scoring in the first game. And Vorm, I mean, looking a little bit suspect again there with a crossing. He didn't get nowhere near that. Inter Milan turning up now. Icardi crosses it back post. Guarin, he plays it in and is found into the back of the net. Inter Milan didn't really, they created nothing in the first half. Second half, they kind of just came out, a few chances right there, but Guarin, like, so much space in the middle there for the goal scorer, just left completely unmarked. Two players ran out to Freddie Guarin, and he's left the striker with all kinds of space. He's pulled level, so now we have 10 minutes, well 15 minutes to try and get ourselves back into the lead. Pogba is the one who's trying to do that. He's denied by the keeper once, and he's denied by the keeper again as he gets inside the box. Only about 5 minutes of regular time to be played now. Pogba slides it into Arnautovic, who's trying to cut inside. He gets inside, he slides it into Heung-min Son, and Heung-min Son puts us in the lead with about 4 minutes left of the game. Late goal. We put the pressure on Inter Milan all game, really. Unfortunate to not be quite a few more goals up. After they pulled back, we went back on the front foot, created more chances. Arnautovic done really well there, and the middle just opened up. Heung-min Son ran through and left foot finish. He showed Pogba how to put it away on your left foot. Keeper couldn't get to that one, and Heung-min Son gets his first goal of the competition and gets us a win in the group stage against Inter Milan. Arnautovic picks up the man of the match award. And now we have a game against Manchester United, who are themselves top of the league. I thought about doing this one as a live game, but then I thought, seeing as this is going to be the last season before we do take a break, I thought I might as well not do any live games. I'm going to leave it and just sprint through this season, kind of. The only live games will be if there are finals or stuff like that. Maybe semi-finals, I'm not too sure. But getting into this game, Manchester United on the attack first. Neymar gets the ball, and look at how much space there is in the middle for so many players. They didn't go to the player who was right next to him. Neymar putting a wicked cross on his left foot right to the feet of Rooney, and Rooney's left foot volleyed it in off the bar, I believe it went in. But look, it's just too easy. Heung-min Son didn't pick up a man. The player who's passed it into Neymar has just run into the box, and no one's followed him. There's just so much going on there. But I guess Rooney's the one who scored in the end, and none of that affected Rooney. Shaw probably should have made more of an effort to get on the ball, get it away, but Rooney put them in the lead. And we really don't want to lose this game to Manchester United, because obviously 7 points clear of us coming into this episode. We don't want to be 10 points away just like 10 games into the season. That is not a good start, but we did pull level in this one. Florian Parker this time able to get all kinds of space inside the box, and his finish was brilliant. Keeper didn't really even try to get to it, but I guess there were players in his way, so kind of did delay his reactions. I'm not too sure, but Florian Parker pulls us back in this game. Manchester United coming back at us. It's Rooney at the back post, who could have put them in the lead, should have put them in the lead, but his volley high and wide. Jovetic this time, you see he's carrying a knot, finds Lamela, who finds Jovetic again inside the box, and Victor Valdez makes a save. It falls to James, but he couldn't just get it under control. And now we're back on the attack before the first half ends. Heung-min Son is found. He finds his right foot and he tucks it underneath the keeper. Heung-min Son, before half-time comes, just changes both managers' team talks and puts us in the lead. So we've turned it around at the King Power Stadium. Man United started off the better team, but since then they've had one chance with Rooney, but we've really been the ones putting the pressure on, and that's a brilliant goal from Heung-min Son, who I'm happy with the season he's having so far. That's his third goal in the Premier League, and obviously he had a brilliant start to his Leicester career. Second season was a bit tough, and I did mention I wanted him to have another good season this year. Seems like he's doing that with, obviously he's back on the bench for the most part with James Rodriguez turning up, but hopefully maybe he's just better off the bench than he is as a starter. You see right here, Pogba's shot save, it fell to Harborough, who couldn't get at his feet, but luckily for him, I guess, he was offside and it wouldn't have counted even if he got into the back of the net. Bastian Schweinsteiger getting the ball that time, and he's denied by a good save from Adam Gibbons. Hopefully he can keep up the form and stop making mistakes, and hopefully he doesn't make one before the end of this game. You see the replay right there. It's a really good save to just tip it around the post, but at Manchester United are running out of time to get back into this game. Schweinsteiger into Marcus Rojo inside the box, and Manchester United have kind of just a draw. We didn't really want a draw, man. Like, it's not terrible, it's not the end of the world, but 3 points would have really helped us out. And it feels like a loss when you lose it in the 90th minute against a team that you're chasing and no progress is made on catching them from this game. Have to wait and see if maybe they drop points in this episode earlier. We're not too sure, but that's, again, crosses into the box. it seems to be my kryptonite, man. This team struggles to defend it, whether it's a corner, whether it's a free kick, early cross, back post cross, near post cross. We just struggle, and we did end that game. Both teams got a point, 2-2, and now we had to play Manchester United in the Capital One Cup, so obviously I thought, don't want to play Man United 2 times in a row. Capital One Cup, we're not too crazy about that. We do want to win it, but we simulated this game. 27 minutes in, still not much going on. Florian Parker picks up an injury, and we skip to the end, and Jeffrey Schlupp gets a winner. We did beat Man United, and now we're skipping another game. It's against Watford, and we beat them 3-1. Mittelstad playing up front because Jovetic did pick up an injury in the game against Manchester United. He's out for 3 weeks also, I think. So in the next episode, probably Harborough will start, or maybe someone else. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll start Heung-min Son up front and give him a run out. Let me know if you think Heung-min Son should start or Philip Harborough. But Jovetic may be back some point at the end of the next episode. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this, do something about it. Bye.